Hey guys, Alberto Real here, coming to you from my place. Thursday today, getting ready to do a training with some of our junior consultants. We are down to 11. I hired 16 a couple weeks ago. We're down to 11. Only the strong survive, and we already have a couple people that are they're thriving. You know, it's a pretty cool process what we have in place now. One of the things that I wanted to talk about now, I'm actually watering my lawn. After you've been in front of the computer for a while, you know, doing some of that analytical work, it's kind of nice to just get outside, nature, right? Put your feet in the sand or feet in the grass. It feels really good, kind of decompress a little bit. And I want to talk about people that say it's too good to be true. You know, I always talk about stuff that we have going on in our business. Lately, we've had a few people, things come in bunches, if you notice, right? And so we've had a few people that say, man, this just sounds too good to be true. Do you ever get that? And so we have to understand a couple of things, right? So we can work with it. Number one, we have to know that, you know, it actually has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with us. I remembered when I started working with Sam Ovens, who today is, I've worked with for a while now. But when I first talked to him, you know, I had just left the insurance industry. I decided that I wanted to do full-time coaching like I am now. And the insurance companies that I had a contract with, you know, they had the non-disclosure agreement, right? Non-compete for 2 years. And these are big multi-billion-dollar companies with dream teams of attorneys. And you don't want to be messing with their dream team of attorneys, right? So I did the right thing. And I just stayed out of the industry for 2 years. And started working with other types of businesses, just letting my NDA run out, right? My non-compete run out, so I didn't want to have any problems. And so I worked with, like, my first client was actually a trading company out of Houston. They trade oil, and then a friend of mine is a dentist, did some work for him that worked out really well, you know, get clients in the door, right? Getting clients in the door. Referred me to another dentist and so forth. But anyway, I was working my ass off. I mean, I was busting my ass. I took a huge pay cut. I was doing very well in the insurance business, but I wanted to dedicate my life to something that I truly loved. And I realized that what I loved the most, you know, having an agency with several hundred agents, I loved when my agents got results. I loved training them, coaching them, and I loved seeing them, you know, their eyes light up when they saw that light of possibility, and they used tools that I gave them or scripts that I gave them, and they'd come back to the office and say, Alberto, I used that and it worked. I helped a family and I made myself a nice little paycheck. And I thought, man, if I could just do this and not have to work with all the other stuff that I don't like, right? It would be a dream. And so that's what I did. I said, you know, life is too short. We should pursue our dreams. I'd been doing well for a while, so I had a nice little war chest that I had put aside, right? And so I took a huge pay cut, and I was working my ass off. I was doing okay. I mean, for some people, they might think it's pretty good, but I was making about 15 to 20,000 when I left the insurance industry for 2 years. So that's a big pay cut. That's like almost 10% of what I was making, right? But still doing okay. But I was working my ass off. And so I remember talking to Sam Ovens for the very first time. I didn't know who he was. I just saw an ad on Facebook, probably like you first saw me. And I'm talking to him. And I asked him, because I was skeptical, I said, well, how much money are you making? And he told me, well, I'm averaging about $350,000 a month. And I was like, what? $350,000 a month? And inside, I didn't tell him, but inside I'm like, no fucking way. There's no way, man. This young kid, he was like 24, 25 years old at the time, just hanging out in his penthouse in New York City. You know, like, I wanted proof. There's no way, there's no way. But it had nothing to do with him. I mean, now, working with him for a while, he's doing way more than that, and he was being 100% honest with me. But I hung up the phone. I told him a lie that we all tell sometimes. I said, I got to think about it. But that wasn't the reality, right? I got to think about it. Get off the phone, and I'm like, there's no way that this kid is making $350,000. No way. Too good to be true, right? Too good to be true. He's lying. But again, guys, he was being 100% honest with me. Now I know that for a fact, and we laugh about it. I you know, we tell this story and I laugh about it, but it had nothing to do with him. He was just being honest with me. But if I was working my ass off, here I am, I'm almost 20 years older than he is, right? Almost 20 years older than him. And he's making more in a month than I'm making in a year working my ass off. No way, dude. Scam, right? And so it's funny because that's the number one thing is we have to know who we're talking to. He didn't do anything wrong. He was just being honest with me. If anything, maybe he should have put his numbers, made them a little bit smaller, right? So that's one of the things that happens when we talk to people. To us, it happens mostly in a similar scenario with Sam, meaning people have been in the business for a long time. They're maybe 20 years older than I am, 10 years older than me, or the consultant they're talking to, one of the business coaches they're talking to, and they're working their asses off for 20 years, 30 years in the business, and barely eking out, 200,000 or 250,000. And here we are saying, oh, this new guy, Adrian in California, real story, right? Made 40,000 in his first 30 days. And they've spent 20 years trying to get to 40,000. And this kid did it in 30 days? No way, dude. Too good to be true. Scam, right? But again, it has nothing to do with us. It's a true story, right? It's a true story. And so how do we handle it? How do we handle it? If you get a client that's telling you it's too good to be true, we have to do something called baby negatives. Baby negatives. That's when we throw out little negatives that aren't going to hurt our case. They're not going to hurt our sales process. My arm's getting tired here. Been working out. Got to switch arms. It's not going to hurt our sales process, but it makes it more realistic, right? Maybe that's what people need. Like if you're selling something and you are giving the concept or sharing the concept of tax-free retirement for the first time. Guys, for a lot of people, that's too good to be true, right? You've probably heard that. How come I've never heard of this? You're saying I can get no limits. I can put as much cash as I want in there, get as much tax-free income as I want, not pay a single penny, in the US at least. Yeah, no, it's too good to be true. Somebody's going to jail. Something's not right. That doesn't sound right. And so we have to throw little baby negatives in there, right? A baby negative might be, well, you're right. The US government doesn't want people to take advantage of it. So you do have to buy, there's a formula, there's a certain amount of life insurance you need to buy for the amount of cash value you're going to put in there. So if you want to put more cash value in there, you do have to buy more life insurance to go along with it so you're not penalized with it. That might be a baby negative, right? For us, it usually has to do with, people think, oh, it's too good to be true. We say, well, a baby negative is, look, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to sit back and click a button and then all the business just comes. You do have to set it up. There is a learning curve. Like anything else, you're going to get outside your comfort zone. You're going to be learning something you've never done. It does take some hard work to get it going. Yeah, right? We all know that. To be successful, it takes hard work, but that might be a baby negative where it's reality, is just setting the right expectations. So if you're in a place right now where you're getting people saying, man, it's just too good to be true, think about that. Baby negatives. Another way that they call it is throwing clouds. See, we got a perfectly blue sky here. Throwing little clouds up in the sky. It's just little baby negatives, Try that on your next presentation. See if that works for you. Now, this is just one of thousands of things that we teach our clients how to do. And because of that, we have agents that are closing over 100%. Over 100%. They go out on 4 appointments. They come back with 6 applications. At the same time, we have clients. We have an agent today, Stefan. He just put on Sunday, he gave us a picture of his calendar. He said 22 appointments. The week hasn't even started. 22 appointments. I need help being picky. If you're in a place where you need some more appointments, quality appointments, you want to increase your conversion as well in a predictable way, we're taking a few more clients, guys. Click on the link below now, and we'll talk to you on the other side. Happy Thursday, guys.